Okay, I had a little confusion there for a minute, but yeah, and unfortunately the part of the video that I ran out of um, storage on and didn't get was when I took this off. But now I see that this all fits on there like that. So then that showed me that, because that has to be down flat against here. So the little washer went on first, and then the brass washer that fits over the end of that, it goes on there. And then all of this fits on with your screw, with your screw in your little pocket there. And then you got to make sure everything's lined up so that you're rabbited out place here for the clip is where you can get the clip on. So I got it all, figured it out. Then you gotta just pop this on there. Yes. Okay. Okay, and then there it is. A little tight for me, but that's the way it was. And we'll squirt just a little bit of oil down this tube. Not much. Okay, and then back here on the little washers back here that might need some little goop on it. Okay, that's good. I think that'll work fine. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Now, okay, so now what we've got here, I believe, that we need to slide this on so that it meshes there with the gear, and it was just a little bit forward. I remember us talking about it in the video that never got recorded. A little forward of that. Oh, one thing I didn't do was put a little oil in my front bushing. Let's do that while I can get to it very easily. Doesn't take much oil. Don't over oil, because this makes a mess and it actually doesn't do any good. We'll put a little drop right there. Okay. You can over oil, and then it'll actually just drag all the other oil out with it when it runs down the side of your. Okay, so let's just lightly snug this down. Let's see if we can find any ghost marks over here where it was, and see if we can get. See, I can barely see right here where the screw was set on the thing, so I kind of go like that and try to get it right back onto that spot where it was the whole time, or close. Okay, well, we'll just lightly snug that down there like that. And then I remember this one was on here like this. Okay, and if you remember, this chain comes up and goes up on comes up like this and goes and turns and comes this way on a little roller and goes around the dancers, so that when this is turning, the dancers are turning. So we'll review all that a little bit here in a little bit too. So I believe that was right. Tied up against that like that. So we'll try that. We can always make an adjustment later if we need to. But if I remember right, that was right there like that. In fact, let's see if we can find a little ghost mark here. I'm looking right here to see if I can see where this set screw made a little booger on it, but I don't see anything. Yeah, maybe right there. Maybe right there, and that looks good. Okay, now give it a little. Don't be afraid to give it a little power. And tighten it on there so you don't have trouble later. Have it slip or move and you got it all together and you look and you go, oh no, that wasn't tight, and then you're in trouble. Okay, so what we're going to do now is put our little lever back on. And fish that spring into that hole. That was good. Okay. So now let's go ahead and put our. Now, have we got it oiled? Have we got it like? Is it getting close to being like nice and ready? Let's try this and see what we got here. Let's see if we've got something we can work with here. Okay, so it's sitting down on the. These screw holes have a little extruded ring around them that thing's set on there, so it's only going to sit in one place. That's home. That's where it lives. Okay, so let's go ahead and just snug her down a little bit with our screws. Almost made a boo-boo. Lifted that up a little bit when I really didn't want to, but I got it. You're going to want some decent screwdrivers with spinning tops on them so you can just go like this. Makes your life somewhat easier on some stuff. What do we all want? Easy. Make it easy. Alright. Now let's see what we got. Alrighty then. Now we can go with our springy. I think I'm going to try to get it hooked onto the its station over here first. I hope you guys can see good enough. This is the loose end of the spring, so I'm going to try to get it down on there like that. Get it started in that hole. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Get it started in that hole. Boy. Some of the simplest tasks can seem to be difficult. Okay, so let's get our little screw here. And this little screw has a shoulder on it. It has a little bitty threads right here, but then it has a wider unthreaded part so that goes through this little slotted hole right here in the lever, and that's actually what allows it to slide up and down. Let's see, it's gone too far, so we'll just leave it out of the hole and we'll get it started in there. Okay, we got it. And then this screwdriver is even too big for that, so we go with our other little. This is a cool little screwdriver. It's got several different bits like this, and pops off there. This grabs your nice little tool. Comes in handy quite often, and it's got the loose top. So it's a small screw. So you want to try to get dead center of this, and then just give it a little snug. Make sure it's still loose there. And then also what we do with these, we give it just a light little grease spot right under where that bolt is. Just can't even see it. You just put it there, and you want to put a little bit down here on your hook. Can't even see it. It just gives it that little bit of slippery do. Okay. Okay. And then what we're going to do is tie it. I wonder if you can see over here. You can definitely hear it better. And see, there's a little blank spot. The music will stop at these holes. These holes are timed just right for where that comb is. But what you got to do is sometimes this little rubber stopper right here, that actually what stops the music is this, as we talked about before, there's pressure holding it. See how that fan is hitting that little rubber stop? But when it's getting up close to the hour, the cuckoo to strike, this comes down and pops that out of that hole. See right here. That jumped out of the hole. So actually, and so that releases the fan. So the fan can turn and it can play the music. Now, I want you to watch again that when this lever pops down into its hole over here, when it comes back, there's two holes. I want you to watch that rubber stopper be pulled down into that fan and get in the way, and that arrests the music box. Puts it out of play. See that? So, but sometimes this rubber stopper can get moved on that finger there and not be timed right. If it's up too high and this has to pull down too far, it can jam. So sometimes if your music isn't releasing right, check to make sure that this isn't all coming down too far and pulling, because there's weight on this. There's weight pulling that down all the time. So if it gets against that, if this nub sticking out here gets tight against the inside of that hole, it won't let go. There's not very much pressure pushing that down, so it won't be able to push it out of there. It's stuck in there, and it's because this stopper was late getting to stop the fan and puts a whole bunch of pressure down here. I think you might know what I mean. But that's the way. I mean, I've ran into that many times when people would bring a clock. Oh, my music won't play, and somehow that thing got moved, or somebody tinkered with it, or and that's all timed with the end of the music. That line of pins right there was the last few notes, and you can tell all of that's timed and made that way. That's the way they make it. So here we go. We got a brand new restored music box. It's ready to be installed. I think I got everything tightened up. I think I got everything oiled. And I got that tight. Got my clip on my wheel over here. I got these little screws here tight. Got this here snug down good. And I think I'm ready. So there it is, all bushed up, and this thing will last for years now. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was when I started, so that's good. It's not moving that gear over there too much, so we're good to go. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. We'll see you in a bit.